Greetings! Hello everybody, I'm Raphael Perry and this is a lovely little Italian game called The Ballad Singer, which I saw on Kickstarter a while back and I backed it and I was excited about it. It's a lovely old game in the style of game books from the 80s, like Lone Wolf or Fighting Fantasy, even Choose Your Own Adventure. I liked the idea. I put down my money. Now, I know it says early access at the top of the screen here. Currently, the gameplay portions of the game are complete. Recently, the last few sections and choices and options were added. So now all the things that are going to be added are music, polish, sound effects, voice acting. I'm not entirely sure what it entails. Because, you know, I did this for Kickstarter way, which is like, okay, you know, I've backed it. I could get obsessed with it every day thinking about it, but maybe just, like, hold off, don't focus on it too much, and let it be a pleasant surprise when it finally comes. So, yes, obviously, I've put, you know, I purchased this, pre-ordered, backed on Kickstarter, essentially. You know, I've put money down for this, so I'm probably predisposed to like it. And you know what? I did like what I saw, and I thought I'd share it all with you guys. Now, I know last night I was going to do a Darkest Dungeon video, but I was just so shattered by the end of the day that I didn't have the energy to do it at all, so I truly apologise for that. I will get onto that video fairly soon. But I'd like to get this uploaded and share it with you all as well, so I've got a little bit of a sore, dry throat at the moment, but hopefully we can have fun anyway. So, let's play this game. I understand there's 3 or 4 main characters and you play the different story arcs of all of them. And it's set up so that if one dies, you can carry on exploring and experiencing the story in other ways. And I believe the order you choose to play the characters in matters and affects the other characters' stories as well. So I'm not sure. Let's have some fun. So Leon, Master of Elements, challenge is... I'm not sure if that means it's a massive challenge or a fairly easy one. Where challenge, combat skill, potential opponents, fame throughout Hesperia. Starting alignment is nearer that end, so I think that's kind of nasty. It looks kind of like a bat wings and a skull on top of a jar, whereas we got some kind of priest praying here. Leon has had a troubled childhood. He lost his parents and risked his life when he was only 6. His life was saved by the prompt intervention of Daragast and Asperia, a witch. After his parents' death, he has only looked for peace within, but could never find it. Throughout his life, Leon has been taught the magic arts in the Tower of Balanor. He uses his arcane abilities to retrieve what has been taken from him in the past. Thanks to his mastery of the natural elements, he has discovered he can take anything he desires. Basically, this guy sounds like a self-centered tosser. I don't think I like him very much. His good spirit, harshly tested through and through over his lifetime, has now been corrupted by his blind determination to achieve his goals. His thirst for power increases with his knowledge of magic, as does his longing for revenge and his desire to take back what should have been his. What should have been his. As Leon, your adventure will be filled with spell fights and life-threatening creatures. You will have to master all 4 elements and understand their interactions to help him achieve his goals. Leon has all the abilities to become the greatest menace to the lands of Hesperia. I don't think I want him to be a menace. Okay, who else have we got? Oh, these 2 are locked! Daragast, the Bard Warrior, and Ancalimo, the Assassin. I don't like Ancalimo, the Assassin, very much. We have Ankoran, the Ranger. Less challenge, much less combat skill, less potential opponents. Leon is basically full on all of them. Fame throughout Hesperia, yes, she's basically unknown. Starting alignment is more kind of medium. Ankaran comes from the Tower of Balanor. The outcome of a magic experiment, her past is almost completely unknown. As the life expectancy of these creatures born of magic is quite brief, she intends to live her life as honourably as possible. Expert tracker and good soul, she always tries to see the best in everything. However, this doesn't mean she can't be practical and ruthless. A skilled archer, Ankaran is a fearsome foe to face from a distance. She's utterly loyal to the rebels and wants to bring peace to the world, so she'll follow any cause she finds just. Ankaran has a huge potential. She needs your help to change Hesperia's fate. Now we do have difficulty ratings here, and do we not have access to these two characters yet? He's currently locked. I'm not sure if they're unlocked through gameplay or if they'll be added later on in early access. Ankalimo the Assassin. Massive challenge. Combat skill is more than the Ranger, less than... Is that the combat skill the character has, or the amount of combat skill required of the player? Potential opponents not very many. He's good in a fight, doesn't need to fight too often, but he is an assassin. He only kills for profit. Very nasty. More famous. Ankalimo is a methodical and calculating elf, a soldier who takes care of the dirty work. When he's assigned to a mission, he knows no limits. He's an old acquaintance of Leon. Cunning and stealthy, he excels in fights using daggers and other short-ranged weapons. He has a wide array of throwing knives at his disposal and wrist crossbow for wider ranges. And a wrist crossbow for wider ranges? He's a natural-born killer who has learned to keep feelings out of his life to better achieve his mission. His detachment is due to a cruel and violent past. As Ankalimo, your adventure will be rich of deceptions and moral dilemmas. Wickedness, more often than not, is not innate. It is kindled by external causes, events which were truly devastating in Ankalimo's life. And there we have Daragast. High challenge, lots of combat skill, potential opponents many, very famous, starting alignment kind of middling, is that? Daragast is a middle-aged warrior bard and was one of the greatest swordsmen of the continent, if not the best. Yeah, I'm just going to go for that whole paragraph again. Sorry everybody, I've still got this chest infection. Daragast is a middle-aged bard warrior, or even a warrior bard, and was one of the greatest swordsmen of the continent, if not the best. Nicknamed the Snake, he is a famous musician and is hidden in the shadows for several years. As one of Leon's former tutors, he has protected him and saved his life. Due to some tragic events, he has left the past behind to create a new, simpler life. An expert of the rapier, he was a champion of the arenas, both in exhibition matches and in merciless gladiatorial fights to the death. He shows his enemies no mercy. He has yet to find anyone, warrior or magician, able to defeat him. As Daragast, you will face an adventure brimming with sword fights. The strategies you'll adopt and the accurate choice of fencing attacks will be fundamental to proceed in your quest. Make good use of his incredible fighting skills and let Daragast's lyre's name echo in the ages to come. Well, currently Leon and Ankaran are available. They both have a similar challenge level. She has lower combat skill. I mean, basically Leon looks pretty challenging. Tough one. Because I'm not entirely sure how these gauges relate. What is game mode standard? There's a locked thing here, which will probably unlock at some point. Let's see. Let's look at these. Hesperia Citizen. Perfect to get to know the story. Many manual saves allow you to explore the game, while the high availability of Destiny allows you to see what would have happened if you died. Starting fate 10, save slots 5, manual saves 10, choices needed for manual save 10. I'm not entirely sure what that means, but okay. Might mean you're allowed to make a save every 10 choices? Standard. 2 playable characters in sequence. The death of a hero impacts the story of the next based on your choices. To win the game, you'll have to make a crucial impact on the story of the 4 playable characters with at least 1 hero, even though you only get to play 2 of them. Now that is interesting, because it's saying you only get to play 2 of the characters, but you have to look after the other 2 as well. They matter too, so they don't just get forgotten. You don't just get to ignore them and say, I'm not going to play these guys. Hesperia Soldier. For anyone who wants to explore the story while keeping the original spirit of the game. Manual saves are useful to avoid losing progress. Destiny allows you to make a few bold choices. So, Destiny 5 down from 10, save slots 3, manual saves 5 from 10, choices needed for manual save 20 from 10. Hesperia Champion. Great if you want to live with the constant fear of death. Manual saves are strategic and Destiny will rarely save you. 2 Starting Fate, 1 save slot, 2 manual saves, 40 choices needed for manual save. And Hesperia Legend. You can't foresee all the possibilities. Death is inevitable. 1 Starting Fate, no saves. I'm going to go Hesperia Soldier, and I think I will go for the Ranger over the Magician, purely because she's a more honourable character and that will come more naturally to me. And these are probably going to become available later then. Okay, let's dive in, have some fun. I don't know, because of the limited saving mechanic, I don't know how well that'll work for a Let's Play, but hey, I'll have some fun anyway and we'll see what it's like. New campaign. Let's call it The Winds of Winter. Wait, no spacebar? No spacebar! Okay! Appearance of choices at the start, yeah, fine. Let's do it! I love this map. Let's see, hills and mountains rising. Hesperia! It's on fire! With the word prologue.
Several years have passed since Leon set out to seek his obsessions. His stubbornness resulted in a war for the conquest of Curtel. However, he has yet to acquire all the knowledge he needs to dominate the nation, and with time, the entire world. As part of Curtel has fallen under his heel, the resistance has risen to stop him. The head of the rebels has hidden in the Ismaran forest. He has called for a council to end the war and destruction wreaked by Leon. He is aware that people need a hero to inspire them if he is to gain back the trust that continues to falter day after day. The head of the rebels is none other than Raymond, the wizard who once ruled the Tower of Ballad. He turns to a ranger to search far and wide for the only person who could take on the role of such a hero, the famed Daragast Lyar. As Raymond mulls over the desperate situation, he sips a glass of wine in his austere tent. He indulges in a singular, quiet moment before the volunteer for Daragast's search is called inside. And Corin, a young, green-skinned woman, steps up. She's a sylph and an expert tracker. She belongs to a new race, another failed magic experiment. However, instead of isolating herself from the world, she wishes to be part of it, so as to give her life meaning. And Corin wishes for acceptance. She longs to leave behind all the years of abuse and mistreatments. She has joined the resistance, seeking deliverance from her past.
And Corin, I'm glad you've come forward for this mission.
I want to help the cause, Raymond. Sylph replies. Where do you suggest I begin?
The most recent intel we have dates a few years back, and comes from 3 different locations. You could try looking in the city of Akma, the forest of Rulath, or in Rost. Unfortunately, we can't tell which are trustworthy.
I'll depart immediately, and Corin declares.
I'll be eagerly waiting for your return.
And Corin bows to Raymond and takes her leave to start packing for her journey. She needs supplies, weapons, and money. But first, she needs to choose where she's heading.
Right, so I was not expecting full voice acting for that. I am reasonably impressed. Now, what are these buttons? I'm not sure what that is. Looks like X, cross out the screen. Computer screen gone or something, or the book. Book away? Book away. You got a nice picture of her walking into the tent here. I presume that might be menu. Yep, okay.
Several years have passed since
Oh,
Leon
whoa,
set out
didn't
to
expect
seek
it to replay the whole thing, okay.
His stubbornness resulted in a war for the
So that's
conquest
main
of
menu,
Kelsiar.
that's something else. Just close that for a moment. This is, I'm not sure, like a character, hooded character tracking. That looks like it's to do with saves. Okay, well let's continue and see how it goes.
He has yet to acquire all the knowledge he needs.
So, the ruined city of Okma, Rulath Forest, or Rost. We're looking for the bard, and he is hiding. I kind of want to say the forest, because it's the slightly more unusual of the two.
The walk to Rulath Forest was long. Before you was a dark maze of trees and entangled branches. You'd rather not go into the woods now, as it's evening. But you need to find Dargast as soon as possible, so you wander into the forest. The path unravels between the trees, and as you advance, you hear some wolves. You rush forward as the call of the wild beasts grows closer. Finally, you spot a trembling light in the distance. Perhaps the window of a cabin? You hope to get there before the wolves are upon you, but it's too late. 3 pairs of yellow eyes point your way, and you'll have to face them.
Now, I hope the voice acting is loud enough for you to hear, because it's quite quiet. I'm actually going to have to go back after this episode and check and listen to it. Hope it's okay. If not, I'll probably have to read from the second episode onwards. Please let me know if it's too quiet to hear. I haven't been able to find it. Is there a volume setting? Yes, there is. Because that voice acting is... well, hers is quiet. But yeah. Let's go with that. And hopefully that'll be better for you all. I do apologise for not checking this in advance. Okay. Nasty wolves. Now, wolves don't generally attack people. There are 3 of them. She is better at her range skills than in close combat, so we'll throw some knives before they come close and then probably be able to draw the sword as well. Fingers crossed. Might scare them away.
With woodland predators, the best strategy is to strike first, and quickly. You can't show any fear. You unsheathe your knives with both hands and hurl them in one single fluid movement. You hit the first 2 wolves straight between the eyes. The third beast immediately stops growling, turns tail, and runs. Nature's perils seem to have come to an end, but your ranger's instincts suggest otherwise. Rulath might still have a few surprises in store yet. However, you're also in a hurry to find out who lives in that cabin. You see 2 paths before you. One is a stone road, while the other looks like a beaten track. You close in and study both carefully before deciding which one to take. You may fall into a trap. The stone path is clearly the work of men. The other looks more like the result of animals passing by. Both could be safe, but you never know.
I'm not hearing much of a volume change, actually. That sounds about the same. I'll... wait. Let's try... I'll try this first and see how that goes. Right, the stone road built by people more likely to be guarded by hostile people. The beaten track, brigands and ruffians are less likely to be lying in wait. There may be wild animals, but let's go this way, because she's better at dealing with nature.
The path you've chosen seems to lead away from the cabin. It keeps changing its course. You're afraid you might run into more wolves, or perhaps some other nocturnal creatures. Darkness is falling fast, and even though you're an expert, you'd rather avoid traveling like this.
Well, we don't want to go away from the cabin. Let's go back and take the other path, then.
The path is flanked by trees
Oh my God.
that goes straight to the cabin. You're almost there when suddenly you feel the stones move under your feet. A contraption goes off to your right. Leaving no time to react, a swarm of wooden spikes jab at your tender flesh. Whoever lives in the cabin must be extremely cautious and probably set up some traps. A wooden grid with spikes hits you right on. You're not dead yet, but you can feel your life force leaving you. Your adventure ends here.
Well, I was right to go the other way. We have a button here, a button here. So that's the same as this one. Ah, okay. Well, let's click on this, as it seems to be our available option of You is Deaded. Choose your fate. Fate 9. Continue the adventure with another character, or repeat the fatal choice. Absolutely.
The path you've chosen seems to lead away
So
from
yes,
the
to
cabin.
keep going.
It keeps changing its course.
The cabin was a trap.
Your perseverance pays off. You almost didn't expect to see the cabin's light again. You've arrived directly on the opposite side. The window lights give away that someone inside is awake. Another howl echoes in the forest. You shiver and quicken your step. You're so close now that if someone opened the door in time, you wouldn't have to face another fight. You approach the cabin and breathe a sigh of relief. As you knock, the door opens on its own. Inside, the light of several candles reflects on hundreds of glass vials, diffusing a red glare. There are so many you can barely count them. An old blind woman sits at the center of the room.
I've been expecting you, Ankoran the Silk.
She whispers with a squawking voice. How do you know my name?
I know many things.
I think it's
and
the same
I
actress.
foresee others. I'm rarely wrong.
Are you a seer?
Yes,
Can you help me? You ask her, your heart racing.
it will cost you 2 golden coins, 1 for each eye.
Without a single word, you place the coins on the table. You've come prepared. I'm looking for a man, a warrior. His name is Daragast Layar.
There is no one with that name.
He's dead then. You shake your head desperately.
That's not what I said.
What do you mean?
You need to ask the right questions.
Where can I find the person who lived by that name?
That's better.
The old woman smiles and continues.
Look for him in Rost.
What's he doing in Rost?
He plays a different instrument, but the song remains the same.
You'd like to ask more questions, but the old lady raises her hand.
Rest on the straw mattress in the back of the room. You'll resume your journey tomorrow morning.
Your instincts suggest not to object. Can you go lie down? The following morning, you wake up to find the house deserted, and you feel empty somehow. You resume your path right away.
So the reason that I found that funny was it was like Pillars of Eternity, where the first 2 hireable NPCs who could be recruited to join the party were both voiced by Matt Mercer. It's like they're literally talking to each other, and you're like, is everyone in this game voiced by the same voice actor? Finally meet the third person, different voice actor. Okay then, but it was still amusing. Right, yeah, I think that was definitely the same actress playing both parts there. Well, let's head to Rost, and looking for time, I'll probably want to wrap the episode up soon as well, so I'll keep an eye on that.
The village is quite rural, and is mainly dwelt in by farmers and shepherds. You have no idea who to look for. The intel you've gathered is scarce. The only thing you have is your man's name. Rost's inhabitants don't seem to fear you, even though your look is definitely out of the ordinary. Perhaps they've seen strange creatures already. You ask a few people for Daragast Layar, but no one can help you. You get to the blacksmith's shed, and a grizzled man with a toned body quickly glances at you. He continues striking at the horseshoe he's working on with his hammer. The metal seems to be singing.
How may I help you?
The blacksmith asks. I'm looking for a man.
Name?
Daragast Layar. The blacksmith nearly loses his grip on the hammer.
He's dead.
Something tips you off, and you continue to press the man. I don't think so. Your reaction speaks volumes. The blacksmith threatens you with his hammer, his eyes flaming.
You'd better listen to me and go back where you came from.
Okay, so we've got two choices here. We can pressure him, or... No. Just no. No, Skull and Crossbones, calm down, I don't mean to tick you off. I'm a friend, no ill intentions. Or, listen, old man, tell me where I can find Daragast or I'll kick it out of your ass. He's got muscles, he's got a hammer. He's got red-hot metal. Don't mess.
The blacksmith looks down and continues his work.
The man you're looking for left long ago. I don't think he shall ever be back.
He replies evasively. Kael Sinar needs him.
No. The rebels need him. You have no hope.
At least we fight.
And you shall die. Every last one of you.
If Daragast should ever show up, tell him he can find me in the Ismaran forest with Raymond. You turn on your heels and leave without waiting for his reply.
And I think we're now switching over to Leon, which would probably be a rather good time to end the episode. I am going to take the opportunity to find out how this manual saving works. What's this? I can't click on that yet. Okay. Game. No. Opzioni. Obviously not fully translated yet. But yeah, let us absolutely try and work out how to manually save. Okay.
The blacksmith looks down and
So
continues his work.
I'll mute that momentarily. Is it here? Is this going to be... What's this? Okay, that's ×2. That is what? What is this? Enter text. Is this a save slot? Got a mystery. Click. Yeah? Okay, so close that. Open again. I have no idea how to save here. But okay, interesting. Yeah. So if I go to load now. Let's see. 225, yeah, that's about right. Okay. So I don't fully understand how the game's save system works yet, but I've been enjoying it. And you know what? I'd like to play about this, share it all with you, and do a few more episodes. I hope you've all enjoyed this, and I'll look forward to presenting more of it next time. For now, though, this is Raphael Perry saying, good night, guys. See you next time.